Welcome back to what Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a Bat Châtillon 155-55. It's the Tier 9 French SPG. It's located on the southwest spawn of Highway, and this one is under the command of Angelina75 of OLIMP. And she's been away for a while, but she's back from seeing the relatives, and she's back in action. Game on. Well, it's a 155mm howitzer mounted on top of a hull that came from bits of an M47, a pattern tank, and other French vehicles. As far as we know, that is. There was only one prototype of this Arty made, but it could actually turn the turret 360 degrees, which meant it could shoot in any direction. Now she's aiming downrange. You can see it's 680 alpha, 48mm of pen, 7.6 meters on the burst radius, and between 12.5 and 27 seconds of stun. Okay, she saw that target, but she's aiming ahead of his path. Unfortunately, the first shot doesn't hit. Well, Angelina's been away to actually see the relatives, and as you know, May's been having a lot of problem recently. In fact, they had some very strong weather, which meant that, unfortunately, the electric went down and the also the broadband, which meant that they weren't able to connect to the internet. So for the past 2 weeks, Angelina and talon1958 have neither of them been able to play the game, and it's been very difficult for them. Okay, so the M40 ton rounds out. She's fired ahead of where she thinks he's going, but she looked away there at the end because I think she felt that shell was going nowhere near the 40 ton, so she wasn't going to get anything of it. Okay, she's just spotted a T-54 lightweight. That's the same one she spotted at the start of the game, and he's gone into that little gully, but there's an ELC M90 in there, and he's lost most of his hit points, and he's out the game. The ELC got him. That's the first kill of the game, goes to the ELC. Meanwhile, Angelina fires at the T-44 100, and she gets some splash, 167. Now, unfortunately for Angelina and Talon, this is the first and probably the only game this week that she's ever going to get to send in. So we put both replays together to see who actually wins the week's contest. But it's not a proper contest as such. Now, she managed to get some stun out of that, but not a lot. And still only the T-44 100 that she managed to get some stun on. Okay, she's found a good target here. Ferdinand rounds out. Could be a direct hit. It is! 297 from the hit. He is stunned. Shells are coming in his direction, and she got the stun assist as well. So she picked a good target, something that her teammates could actually get kills on. I think that Hort's bitten off more than he can chew, or has he? No, unfortunately, he killed the ELC because he was loaded. Rounds out. Oh, but Angelina finishes his game with one clean shot right into him. Very accurate. Right underneath the bridge, and he goes down. So that's her first kill of the game. Meanwhile, up in the town, we can see a few enemy tanks. Looks like we've got the south end of the town. We've got an Object 252U, and the shell lands near him to stun him. Looks like that defender's trying to get the Ferdinand rather than get the 252U. He's still stunned, but he's managed to get rid of it now. Almost reloaded. It's 28.76 seconds for the reload. Ramps out. And she gets some splash here for 216. Angelina's reload time is 23.99. It does help sometimes, so it's a 155mm because, of course, that's a quicker reload than some of the others. Now, she might get a chance to kill this Ferdinand because he's very low on hit points and she's almost loaded. Rounds out. This could be a hit. It is. And that's her second kill of the game. Well, somebody's noticed that and they've asked her to platoon. And yes, she has platoon with them. That TNH has got one kill of his own. And so if Angelina can get another one, she'll get a bit closer. Closer to getting her brothers in arms. It all depends on how good that player is, and he is one of the players over in the city at this moment, so he's going to meet a few more enemies, and she's moved to a new firing position. Okay, lined up. Skoda T56 next target. And she's loaded. Oh no, that's a priority target. Waffenträger. Very low on hit points and low on armor as well. Unfortunately, he moved too quick for her to get a shot in. Her teammate, though, in the TNH has just got another kill. So they both got 2 kills now. She's going back to the Skoda. Okay, wait until he slows down and stops to take a shot. She fires ahead of his path instead. Unfortunately, not far enough ahead. Okay, that looks good. And look at that. She gets the Waffenträger straight away. He's very low on hit points. That could be an easy kill if she can locate him. In the meantime, we've got a Kunstpanzer with very low hit points. And I think we just saw a tracer coming from their Arty. But there's the Waffenträger. Lines it up. Wait for him to stop or slow down just for a moment. And then it's a 3-second delay. There's the Arty. M53 rounds out. He's already taken damage. Oh, and that's a third kill. Now we're just looking for that Waffenträger. There's the Skoda again. Now she could actually help her teammate in the TNH to get a kill if she can hit this guy. Okay. Rounds out. This could be an accurate hit. It is. Now the TNH is nearby. And he's fired one in. And he gets the second. And that means they've both got 3 kills now. That's brothers in arms. Waffenträger's still on the move. Okay, stop to take a shot. Okay, she lines up the shot ahead of him. But he gets taken out. And that's it. Game over. Here's the end of battle results, and that was the second-class tanker for Angelina75 OLIMP in the Bat Châtillon 155-55. She managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, she got 7. And she did get a brothers in arms because she managed to get 3 kills, and so did her platoon mate also. And win rate of 1,448, which is good. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see the highest damage in that game actually went to the Waffenträger. He managed to get 3,780 hit points of damage to the enemy tank. The second highest damage went to the SU-130PM on our team, 2,945. And the third highest damage went to the Borsig on our team with 2,584. We can see the TNH 105-1000, our platoon mate, He managed to get 2,501 hit points of damage, and Angelina managed 1,338. So they're a little way down the table. But in fact, actually, that 2,501, that was the fourth highest damage in the game, because the highest one was the Waffenträger, then it's these two, and then it's the TNH. When it came to kills, we can see that there's 4 people sharing the same number, 3 kills apiece. The SU-130PM, the TNH 105-1000, her platoon mate, and of course Angelina, they both got 3 kills. And on the enemy team, the only tank to get 3 kills was the Waffenträger Alpha Panzer IV. And when it came to base XP, we can see that the high scorer was the SU-130PM, who managed with 999. 935 went to the ELC M90. 933 went to the TNH 105-1000. Angelina, well, she was actually in 5th place when it came to base XP with 857. Angelina fired 14 rounds, so it was a good number of shells out. Didn't get a lot of stun assists, but she did get 5 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, and 11 splash. Now, can we guess which one she penetrated? I suspect it was that little tank that was hiding underneath the bridge. No, it wasn't actually. Funnily enough, she didn't penetrate that guy, and she didn't penetrate the Ferdinand either. But it was the enemy Arty. Yes, the M53, M55, badly damaged already, but she managed to penetrate him and finish him off. So going back to the details, she also got 11 splashes, 1,338 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Well, not a huge amount of damage, but it was actually, in this case, it turned out to be the stun assist that benefited Angelina, because although she hit 7 of the enemy and got 3 kills, she got 1,499 stun assists off 8 stuns, and that bumped this score up. So there I said that it was probably the fact that she didn't get enough stun assists. It actually was the other way around. She got stun assists, but she just didn't get enough actual damage. So she actually, on a free-to-play account, she made a profit of 4,947 credits, and she got 1,714 experience points out of that one as well. So at least she did manage to get something out of it, and that sets the score at a second-class tanker, bruiser, and a BIA, which counts as a medal, I suppose. So let's see if Talon can beat this score and win for this week. Talon is on the south spawn of El Halluf, and he's in the M40, M43, the Tier 8 American SPG. Game on. Well, this is an 8-inch howitzer. It's capable of 900 alpha, 52mm pen, and a 10.5 meters burst radius with between 12.5 and 28 seconds worth of stun. And he's got 1 mark of excellence already, and he's working on the second. The hull is basically an M4, but it's been extended, as you can see, because there's a gap between the HVSS bogies. Okay, well, straight away, there's an enemy tank in sight. It's a T-55A. It's a Tier 9 game with Tier 8 tanks in it. Now, he did think about shooting there, but he wasn't fully dialed in. And Talon knows the advantage of actually dialing in on a target. You get very accurate shots, and that tends to pick up hit points. Rounds out in Nebraska. Now, hopefully that landed near him. He's changing position. Some nice juicy targets up in the northwest corner of the map now. And he's aiming for that corner because he knows there's a bunch of tanks behind there who might actually try to cross the gap. Including a KV-5 who's just completely carelessly, with abandon, going across the gap. He fires in, but unfortunately the guy's already gone. Now, our LHMTB is actually keeping that T-55A spotted down on the south end of the map. But look at this bunch of enemy tanks. They're really pushing. So, can he plant a shell into the gap? He's almost loaded. He should be able to put a round in there, which will certainly discourage them. Okay, he's loaded, rounds out straight away. Unfortunately, it lands behind the targets. The standard reload for this Arty, 44.10 seconds. It is quite long, but Talon's managed to get that down to 36.13 using a rammer and, of course, a good crew. Few enemy targets up there we can shoot at. Now this is good because that pattern has planted himself on top of that rise. Talon's styling in, but he's getting ready because he thinks that pattern's going to move forward. Oh, the shell lands right next door to him for 20. In fact, it actually landed behind him. And we can see the Barask on the enemy team has made his way across the valley and he's threatening to come up by the rocks, so he does need to change position just a little bit to get something solid between him. In fact, there's two Barasks there. So he's obviously seen that and realizes that, yes, he definitely has to change spot. In fact, they're getting very close. Good job we've got this convoy here. Bad news is he can't get shots on those guys anymore, but he can still fire up the other end of the map. In fact, that pattern and a T-34-3, they're both in firing range, and he could get a shot, but he's going to go for the pattern. Rounds out. Pattern moves just a little, but that landed right behind him for 397. Yes, the only way he's going to get shots on the Barasks and the T-55A would be to poke his nose right over the top of the cliff and shoot down on them as they come up. It's much better for him to actually shoot up this end of the map and get direct hits on target. Almost loaded. Now, hold. That's it. Well, he's got just the Ho-Ri 1 there because the pattern's been killed. He fires the round in. Oh, it goes long. RNG was unkind there. Could have actually hit the thing. Okay, he's looking at that Ho-Ri 1 again. The enemy's being pushed back in the northwest corner. Yes, he doesn't actually have a shot now, but he can hit the Ho-Ri, but he's lost sight of him. He fires anyway. Unfortunately, no joy. He's found another firing position. Well, maybe he can get a shot on that T-54E1 or the 50TP. They're both coming down at the same time. He's going for the 50TP. Could get a kill here. And he does. Okay, he's loaded again, but he can't see the Ho-Ri 1. Not at the moment. He hasn't been spotted for a little while. They're poking their noses around the corner to see if they can spot him. He's getting a bit of a red line at the end of that shot, which means he would have difficulty. But it looks like the Ho-Ri has actually retreated And so all he's got at the moment is that T-54E1. But again, he knows to hug the rock to make sure that he's safe. There's only 5 left on the enemy team. The ELC-M90 is near our position, but he's not in the cap, and he hasn't come looking for us yet. So he's changing position again, making himself useful. There's the ELC. He's actually gone up north, and he's now right up in the northwest corner. He's gone to help his teammates. He obviously didn't want to go looking for an Arty and end up getting slotted, so instead he's decided to try and be helpful. He's moving very quickly, rounds out. Oh, this is good. Oh, fantastic! That was a penetrating shot, and the guy got rammed immediately afterwards by the is that the Kalana? I think it was the Kilana. And he went out the game. That was a fantastic shot, though. Penetrated the ELC and took away virtually all of his hit points, leaving 25 left. And of course, that was immediately collected by a quick ram. Okay, T-54E1 still up there. We're loaded, but now he's gone into cover. The Kalana's gone around the corner. Or Kilana. Have we got a shot? No, we still haven't got a shot. And the E1 just got hit. Now, the Progetto is going to come from the other side. So he's going to get spotted by the other side very shortly. There he is. There's the Progetto. Kilana's protecting himself, fallen back. Conway's gone over the other side of the battlefield. There's only 3 left on the enemy team. They're Arty, which is a Lorraine 15551, and the Striv S1. We haven't seen the Striv S1, so he must be defending the cap area. He goes down very gingerly there, very carefully, not to lose any hit points. You can go down that slope there, but oh, the Striv has gone over the other end. He's right up in the northwest corner. He's gone up to try and even things out, and he's got satellite by the Kilana. And he kills the Kilana, but Talon takes him out! Oh, what a shot! Long range shot, very accurate, hit the rear of the Striv, very thin armor on that vehicle. So that's 2 kills now for Talon, making up for lost time, I guess, and RNG is being nice to him. It means now there's only 1 enemy left, the T-54E1, the American tank, and he's just got killed. So that is the end of the battle, and it's a victory. Here's the end of battle results, and that was the second-class tanker for talon1958 of OLIMP in the M40, M43. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8. And in this battle, win 8 was 2,207, which is very good indeed. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage because that actually went to the T-54E1 on the enemy team. He managed to get a high caliber and 4,581 hit points. Second highest damage, well, that was one of the new tanks, actually. I think it's one of the tank destroyers. He managed to get 4,489. And the third highest in the game turned out to be the TNHT-51, 3,627 hit points. Talon got 1,727, and that means he was beaten by, well, 5 members of the enemy team and 3 members of his own team, which means he's in 9th when it came to the end of the game. When it came to kills, though, he actually came in joint second because the Striv S1 that he killed and the 50TP both managed to get 3 kills. 2 kills went to the enemy ELC-M90, which he absolutely hammered. And that guy got an All-X medal in the games. The T-54 got the high caliber. And 2 kills went to that unknown tank again, which hasn't actually registered with the databank yet. So we don't know the name of it, but it was seen in battle. 2 kills also went to the TNHT-51, to Talon, and to the Progetto 66, and the Conway, and the BZ-166. When it came to base XP, let's get that right. There we go. His mid-table was 769. The high score being that unknown tank with 1,476. 1,152 went to the BZ166, and they were the only two tanks who managed to get over 1,000 base, with the third being the TNHT Viz51 with 999. So that was a decent score, but talent back here at 769. Now, he fired only 10 rounds, but it was the last few rounds which really made a big difference. He got 2 direct hits and 1 penetrating shot. That was the ELC M90. I think it was, at least. We'll just check that just to be absolutely certain, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, 875 from that one shot alone. I would have thought that he was penetrated the strip, but actually he overwhelmed that guy right at the end of the game. He also managed to get 6 splash, damage of 1,727, all of it at more than 300 meters, damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 2, and did 25 hit points of stun assist off 5 stuns. So the fact that he didn't get a higher than a second class was mainly down to the fact he really didn't get any stun assist at all. In fact, that 25 stun assist was the ELC that he hit, and it was only the last few remaining hit points that that guy had before he was wiped out by a ram. Now, he did earn a profit on a premium account. He made 46,463 credits from the game, and he also managed to make 5,767 experience points. But did he win the week's contest? The answer, I'm afraid, is no. No, Talon was beaten by Angelina again. If we look at Angelina's score, she managed to get a second class, bruiser, and the BIA, which counts as a medal. And Talon just got a second class and a bruiser, which means Angelina is the winner of the week's contest yet again. So well done to Angelina. She may have been away looking after the family, but she's back now and she's winning again. So yes, Talon's really going to have to pull his finger out for next week. Hope you enjoyed those replays. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.